What's up, everybody? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special all virtual lesson. I have the man, the myth, the legend himself with me today. This is our family accountant, Ousmane Toure. What's up, bro?
How's it going?
Oh, I'm good. Well, we was just chopping it up before this, but
Yeah, just catching up.
just catching up. Yeah, man. So actually, I don't think I ever asked you this. Did you grow up in New York?
Most of my life I spent in New York. The other half, or I guess quarter, was in Maryland.
Maryland.
Yeah, good old Maryland.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So then you used to work for a big four firm or something like that, right?
Yes, I used to work for Deloitte and Touche as an audit associate.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, break that down for us. So you went to college, you decided you want to, be in that space, and then you went to this firm and you decided it wasn't for you. What were some of the things you saw there? What was what was the speed there?
When you're when you're working as an audit associate, first of all, you have to get to work at like what, 8:30 to 9, and then you're gonna be at work until about 6 p.m., during regular times. But during busy season, you can expect to be at work until 9, 10, 11, 1 in the morning. Things move quick. Things move quick. Answers need to be delivered. You're on a budget, which is a time budget, because they get paid a fixed fee for each project. So it's like the longer you take, the more money it costs them. So you're on a time budget. Everything is about time there, speed. You need to deliver results and you need to deliver them ASAP.
Dang. So okay, that's kind of gotta crush your soul a little bit.
More than a little bit, because when you're new and you're learning, you might not be as fast. The first few times you do something, you're going to be awkward at it until you start to build the proficiency, and then you can be quick.
Yeah.
But when you get there, they expect you to be quick right away.
Were you working like 80 hours?
Um,
Busy season?
Busy season was like 90 to 100 a week.
Oh. Yo, that honestly, that just hurt my soul. You saying that?
Especially in New York. See, the thing in New York, when you got to commute to and from the office, you don't have a lot of time to go back and forth.
Yikes.
So it's like, okay, you wake up at 6, you get ready for 7, you get on the train, you get there by like 8, you maybe have breakfast, maybe don't if the train was delayed, and now you're in the office. And then you get a 30-minute lunch break, which if you didn't pack your lunch, you got to run outside, get food, eat it, and get back in 30 minutes. And then you get a dinner break if you're there late enough. And, you're eating out, you're not really eating healthy. So your energy levels are low. You don't see the sunlight in New York because if you're waking up if you're getting out of the house at 7, the sun's not fully up. And then you're going into the subway. So you don't see the sun. You get to Midtown, the sun's not high enough where it's shining in the streets. And then you go into the office. You don't come out until like what, 6 p.m. Still no sun. And you're working all day. No friends.
No friends.
You got to make friends with the people in the office, but you can't force a friendship.
Right. And plus you're working most of the time. What are you gonna what you would go to lunch and hang out and talk about sports for like 20 minutes? That's not a real friendship.
That's not a friendship at all, especially when everybody in the office doesn't like sports. Like, what is this guy talking about?
So how long were you there? Like 2 years?
6 months. 6 months.
Oh.
6 months. Yeah, because I had already been working for about 3 years before that. So that was my 3 year, 6 month stretch of working, and then I was just like,
What
nah.
year was that, man? When you said you was done?
2016.
Wow.
2016, I ended it. Yeah, I was pretty much done.
So for people that are feeling that way, that they're 9 to 5 right now, as an accountant, what would you recommend as their strategy, their exit strategy financially?
That's tough because work has changed and things have changed recently. I would suggest if you do want to make your way out of the big four, consider getting a job with a lighter workload, even if you take a pay cut, and then start working on a side hustle that or maybe could turn into a business, a passion project that you've always wanted to work on. It's going to give you some fulfillment.
Mm.
But solving the income problem does come first, I think.
Mm. That's
Yeah.
real. That's real. And so, what in your head, what did you have to calculate to say, okay, I'm cool with leaving my job, right? And whatever happens, I accept that risk. What was the calculation in your head in 2016?
Um, I thought about, okay, how many months of cash do I have to live
Okay.
for? Cool. I had six.
Yep.
Um, what's gonna be my alternative? I had 3 to 4, and then from there it was just do it. Like if I think too much, if I every time in the past where I thought further than that,
Mm.
I stopped and I didn't do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm okay for 6 months. Do I have a contingency plan? I have 3 to 4.
Yep.
That's it. Contingency plan plus enough money to live equals get out of there.
Facts. And so what? So how many months did it take you to decide to start your firm, your accounting firm?
I didn't start that for 2 years after, actually. I
Wow.
ended up partnering with someone who was a friend of mine on a business project. And
Mm.
so I had work right away. So I was just working on that project
Yeah.
consistent. It's something that I had already been working on for a year and a half, mind you. So I decided to go full time into that project, and I was able to get a full time income out of that
That's a
project.
good contingency plan, bro. Because
Yeah,
what you did is you said, "Oh, I was already doing this side hustle," and was like, "Hello, I need to do this," and it felt safe, probably, right?
yeah.
It probably felt safe.
It was something that I knew. So I had already been working on a plan, a way out for
Mm.
about a year and a half since I was in college. So
Mm. And then
yeah.
you stayed with that for 2 years, and then what happened?
And then I decided to go off on my own.
Mm.
Actually started a Bitcoin mine 2 years after I quit Deloitte.
Mm.
So the Bitcoin mine was doing pretty well. And, Bitcoin had reached all time highs in 2018, January 2018. Unfortunately, we had an incident with the Bitcoin mine where I had to stop.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I was like, hey, look, if I'm not mining Bitcoin, if I'm not working on the project with my partner, I should start my own firm. It's about time I did it. Now I
Okay.
know enough to go off completely on my own. And if I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't confident enough to do my own thing when I first quit. So I thought
Woo!
my partner
Hold
would
up, that's deep. We gotta break that down. Why? Was it your self-esteem? Was it you didn't feel like the skills were there? What's the reason?
the skills weren't there. I
Mm.
knew the skills weren't there. I would have been delusional to say the skills were there, nor did I know what skills I needed. So I didn't even know, before you can go Google something, you have to know what you're looking for. I didn't know what to look for, so I didn't have that confidence.
Mm.
Yeah. Because confidence comes from knowing what you're doing and why you're doing it.
That
I didn't know
purpose.
the what, so how could I even think about the why?
That's
Yeah.
facts. Yeah. So then when you started your firm, your big bank, 2018,
2019, actually.
2019,
Yeah.
2019. What
Before
was the yeah, what was the who was like that first, like, do you remember that first client or that first moment? We're like, oh, I have a business now. What does
Yeah.
that look like?
Yeah, well, I had another business helping small business owners with business credit, where I had an affiliate that was sending a YouTube affiliate that was sending me clients, and he would send me about 10 to 15 a month. So I
Wow.
already had something going, but I noticed that some of my customers had trouble getting to the finish line, and that was because they weren't very organized with their books. So
Mm.
I turned around and I was like, look, I've got these accounting skills. Let me turn around and offer this to my client.
Right. Right.
I offered the service. They needed it. I initially severely underpriced the service.
Woo.
So I ended up ending that client relationship.
Yep. I did that too, man. What was it?
Yeah,
Under 200?
it was 100 a month.
Ooh.
$100 a month.
That hurts
But
just
mind
because,
you,
oh,
it was underpriced and that's bad. But in my mind, I was testing out to see if
yeah,
I
you were
could
validating your offer. Yeah.
validating my offer. That offer turned out to not. That's not the offer I have now. I have a different offer where I
Mm,
charge more for
right.
because I realized that more was needed.
Mm,
Yeah. So the offer ended up switching, but at that point, I was like, okay, this person really liked the offer I had for $100, but that wasn't economically feasible.
right,
Didn't make
right,
sense.
right.
The unit case was in there, so I switched. I got a mentor, mind you.
Yep.
I got a mentor.
Mentor or coach? Which one?
I got a coach. You're right. We talked about this. I
We
got a
talked
coach.
about this. Yep, yep.
I got a
What for
coach.
folks listening? What's the difference between a mentor and a coach?
Well, a mentor is invested no matter what. A coach is invested as long as you keep paying.
Woo! Big
Yeah.
facts. Big facts.
Which
Yeah.
both are okay, but
Both
I
are
did
totally
get a
cool.
coach. Got a coach
Right.
and coached me up to offering higher tier services.
Hmm. And how
And
did you find this person? Was this in 2019?
this was in 2019. I
Yep.
found them on Instagram.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So actually, at the time, I was studying marketing and sales, and I was just looking through different accountants in the industry,
Right.
and I ran across a coach for accountants, and I
Hmm.
thought, hey, maybe I should test out his service to see what it's like being coached up by an accountant.
Mm.
Yeah.
Hold up, bro. That. Ooh. So what you did is you put yourself in the shoes of your client, so then you could provide the real service.
Well, not yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. In a
In
double
in a
sense where,
different way. Yeah.
but in a double sense where I wanted to be coached, but
Yep.
I also wanted to see what it was like to be coached.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So at that time, did you already have capital for the business, or how did you, from a financial standpoint, how were you able to leverage? Did you leverage credit? Did you leverage loans? How did you scale the
Cash.
business?
I
Cash.
had cash. I had cash.
Yep.
Because I had clients from the previous business, which I
Mm.
matched and I just added a new service really to what I was previously doing.
Wow.
So I already had the cash and I was paying for ongoing coaching. So it was a monthly fee
Yep.
and paid for it cash. Stayed as long as I needed to get what I needed.
Right.
And then I started putting together the offer,
Mm.
which it took me a year and a half almost to put together the offer.
Wow.
Which, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
because I had to find the team, train the team. I had to figure out how to find the right team to deliver the promise that I was promising to customers.
What was your brand promise at that point in 2019? What was your differentiator?
I didn't even have one. I didn't know enough to have one.
Ooh.
I'm going to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
what ended up happening is that in 2020, with the coronavirus pandemic, everyone was looking for an accountant. So there was more demand than there was a supply of accountants on the market. There still is, if I really think about it. So that just made it easy to just have a very static offer. But I also already had clients.
Right. So you already kind of had enough of the system and the pieces down to just start tweaking things.
Yeah, I just went back to the clients I already had and offered them the service.
Oh,
Some people
okay.
said yes, some people said no. But my promise as a business is that I give business owners the confidence to run a sustainable business. So
That's
it's
the
like,
emotional connection.
yeah,
Your
you
brand.
feel secure
Yeah.
enough that your finances are being taken care of, that you know enough of what's happening with your finances that you
Mm,
can run a sustainable business, because there's an element to outsourcing your accounting where you have to know enough about accounting to know what's going on behind the scenes.
right. So you don't freak out when certain things happen.
Don't freak out. You know exactly what's happening. You're in
Right.
the know. It's like I don't need a mechanic. I don't need to be the mechanic, but I need to have some idea of what the mechanic is doing to my car. Otherwise, I'm going to be in the dark. I'll be paranoid that he overcharged me, undercharged me, that
Right.
he's not doing what he's supposed to do. Something else goes wrong, and I just won't know if he really did the right
Right.
thing or not. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So you got the cash, you're scaling the business. What marketing strategy are you implementing at this time in 2019?
I started getting referrals from a YouTube affiliate, and
Mm.
I continued getting referrals from customers, and I do to this day.
Wow.
Even now, even now,
Wow.
my number one way to get clients is through referrals.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And how do you go? What does that look like? Is that a referral program? Is that an incentive? How do you do that?
It's I've gotten better over time.
Yeah.
Before I was just giving an incentive, which was a straight 10% of whatever I charge. Then
Mm-hmm.
I give it to you, the affiliate. You send me the customers. If and when I close them, there's a particular conversion.
Right.
When it's a referral, there's usually a higher conversion. So the math behind that was if I convert 80% of the time
Mm.
and I pay you 10% of, let's say, 5K, which is
Mm-hmm.
$500, then for every customer you sell, you can expect around $400. So if you send me 10 customers, you can expect around 4K a month. So that makes it very worthwhile for you, the affiliate, to send me customers, right? And the affiliate has already tested my service.
That's a
So
passive. That's a real passive revenue stream right there.
for the affiliate, yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness.
It is. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
So if someone, and then how do you make sure that the right referrals are sending it, those referrals, so it doesn't feel like a burden, right? It's a part of their strategy. How'd you figure that piece out?
Um, so what I do now is that I have a defined benefit within a certain period of time.
Mm.
Once we're at the halfway mark, I'll ask you how you feel about the service. And then I let you know, hey, if you're interested in referring someone, could you give me a few names and phone numbers that I could follow up with?
Wow. I need to
Or
start
are
doing
you
that.
just at the halfway mark? If they say, no, I'm not ready to, at the end point, yes. And everyone does not reach the end. I'm just going to be completely honest here.
Mm.
Sometimes my offer is not a good fit for the person that I'm servicing, and they'd
Right.
be better off with someone else, and I'd be happy to refer them myself to someone else. I don't
Right.
have affiliate relationships with other accountants, but I do know other people that I can refer them to.
Mm.
So, yeah, you get 50% of the way to the promise. Are you comfortable referring someone? 100% of the way to the promise. Usually it's a yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Wow. So I think people listening that don't understand, well, people refer people to me and that's how I grow my business. It's way deeper than that. It's like a methodology. There's like a whole system to this.
Yeah.
Right. And then it creates a passive income stream if you do it the right way and you partner with the right verticals.
Right.
Right.
There has to be resonance between the person that you're referring to or you could say the people referring to you.
Yeah.
Because if I don't have a good relationship with a customer, I'm not asking them for referrals.
Right.
Chances are that referral isn't going to be a good customer for me either. But if I resonate with someone, and I can ask them for referrals. Right now, I'm the salesperson and I provide customer service. As I outsource myself, that will be a task that I put down for the person who's doing the account management, so to
Hmm.
speak, or the customer service. They'll be asking for someone, but I'll let them know what resonance looks like between
Right.
the service and the client so that they know when to ask for referrals.
And how many clients are you at now, 2021?
I don't even know. I have
Woo!
clients so I have monthly recurring clients and then I get one-off
Right.
service clients. So are you asking about the recurring clients or how
Yes.
many?
Let's say
I have 10
recurring
recurring
client.
clients.
How many?
10.
10 recurring
10.
clients.
And
Nice.
then I will have about 30 to 40 extra clients per month for one-off services.
Nice. Wow. Less than 2 years. That's impressive, man. Wow. I think a lot of people need to understand too, when you price yourself correctly, that's a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Like you don't need, like, I know accountants that have 300 clients, bro. I'm like, why? That is, can you explain that? What is that business model?
There's a lot of people that sell low ticket services, so they need volume. They're probably doing tax returns for $250 to $500, but that's all they do. So they need to make their money from those one-off services. So they need to have a lot of yearly customers. See, their subscription is on a yearly basis, but $300 a year isn't going to really. It's going to put a lot of stress on you.
Right.
Mind
And
you,
if you
I
don't
feel
have a
like
sales team too, imagine how stressed. Oh my goodness.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, I like with the volume of customers I have, I already feel like I'm doing a lot. So
Right.
yeah.
Right on.
By
So
the way, I have a
go ahead.
stopping point in about 5 minutes.
Right on. Perfect. I got you. So in terms of delegation, what is the secret when it comes to accounting and doing it correctly? You know exactly what I'm asking.
You want me to give up secrets online?
Not the super secret, just the mid. Just give me the mid.
Time. You're on a time budget. Just like when I was at Deloitte, I was on a time budget. You have to budget your time, not your money. You have to budget your time. The secret is budgeting your time. See, accounting, just like anything else, works in cycles. So you need to create a model of that cycle and budget the time.
And so you've been able to outsource and create value for your customers and duplicate yourself by hiring staff in the Philippines. Is that right?
Yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
How many staff members?
I'm always surprised. I didn't realize that virtual accounting isn't as
popular. Yeah.
As popular. Yeah, I thought that to be honest, to me, it's like
normal. You thought it was normal,
yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, you can outsource anything. That's how I'm thinking about it in my mind. You could outsource, I don't know, somebody that orders food for your house.
I know these dope business owners, man. They actually outsource like Grubhub, like Uber and all that stuff. Like that, yeah. A lot of that stuff is outsourced. So
yeah, you could have someone order all your daily meals.
Right. So for those trying to improve their QuickBooks or their personal budget sheet or the accounting, what would be a final pro tip for them if they want to do it correctly and efficiently and in a better way?
Correctly, efficiently, and in a better way. You have to start with the end in mind, which obviously there's two ends. One is for tax filings. The second one is for business performance. So there's two different goals of your accounting. The historical side, which is the taxes, and the business performance, which is the future. So you're actually doing two separate things. So you want to keep that in mind. So for the tax side of things, you want to set up your categories on your chart of accounts, basically, the accounts that you have on your chart of accounts. You want to make sure that you're looking at that chart of accounts in terms of which accounts lead to revenue, which accounts lead to expenses, and in those expenses, which of those expenses are tax deductible and which are not. Great. And then for your business performance, you have to know what your key performance indicators are, aka your KPIs. And then every month when you're looking at your financial reports, you want to make sure that you have a report that shows you those key performance indicators. See, a lot of people, they only deal with the historical side because they want to be compliant with taxes and accounting is a chore. But when you can really start looking at the future of your business through an accounting lens, that's when accounting gets fun.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to start doing that better too. I'm going to keep doing that better. Ousmane, thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. For those who don't know, this is actually my personal family accountant. We've been rocking together for years. And before I met Ousmane, I did not even know what QuickBooks was. Okay. So I trust this man with my financials, with my vulnerability, with my honesty, with my vision for our family businesses. And I think, if any of you need a consult, if any of you need guidance, this is definitely somebody that I recommend strongly. Visit yourbigbank.com. Referrals.com. Tap in. How can people find you on social?
I am Big Bank Oos on Twitter and
Ooh.
Instagram. Yep.
Yeah, you're actually pretty big on Twitter. You're like a big deal on Twitter.
You could say that. I'm still a regular guy, just voicing my opinion. Some people love it, some people hate it.
Hey, appreciate it, man. It's helped me. So right on, man.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, hey, y'all, this has been an incredible all virtual lesson. Thank you so much for tapping in. Ousmane will be in the group if you have questions or want to connect.
Yep. See you there.
Alrighty. See you then.
Bye.
Bye.